Today we'll talk about one of my big goals for 2024, trading less and making the same amount or more money by trading less. Most traders think that the more trade they take in the market, the more money they'll make. And that's a misconception that a lot of people have had over the years. They want to day trade, they want to be scalping because they think they can make more money. You hear these YouTubers all the time talk about making 1% per day. And that is in most cases not accurate or too high risk, or just not realistic for most people. While you could be making the same amount of money or even more by not day trading, by actually going on higher time frames, focusing on the longer term trends, and just taking maybe one trade a day. So let's dive right in. Now the first question people will have, I know I had this question a long time ago to myself, is how can you make more money or the same amount by trading less? Two things you gotta understand about this first. Number one, commissions and spread take a big chunk of profit for people who day trade or scalp. If you look for a 5 pip move and the spread is even 1 pip or even 0.2 pip, that's going to be a big chunk of your profit, right? Even a 0.2 pip spread on a 5 pip move, that's like 4% of your profit directly paid in commissions. It's not cheap. While if you got the same spread but you look for a 100 pip move or 200 pip or even 400 pips, that's a lot smaller percentage of fees that you have to pay for every trade. Now, of course, you can always reduce your spread by paying more commission with different pro accounts with different brokers. But the thing is, even commissions, every trade you take, every lot you take, you gotta pay a commission. Now, if you scalp and you take like 10 trades a day or 20 trades a day, that commission adds up really quickly. While if you're going to be a swing trader and only take a trade a day or trade a week or even longer time frame, that commission is reduced by a lot because you take less trades, you just have to go in once, go out once, and you pay a lot less fees to your broker. Now, if you're a scalper, your broker will love you for sure. But if you're a swing trader, they'll still love you, but you're gonna be in a place where you have to pay less fees to that broker and keep more money in your pocket, which can make a big difference long term. But the second thing I want you to think about, the second aspect of why you can make a lot more money with longer term time frame, with less trades, is simply because of pressure. When you scalp, when you day trade, you got a lot more pressure. Like that pressure translates to stress, translates to making more mistakes, translates to having bad days, translate to overall you can screw up your whole monthly return in one day of bad trading. So you can still do it if your emotions are in check, if you've put things in place, you have a good process, but keep in mind that there's a very fine line between sticking to your plan and adapting to the market, and then maybe making mistakes that kind of roll up and snowball into a bigger mistake and then a really bad day or really bad week because you have too much pressure. I'm still pretty much hands-on with my trading overall, but I want to be more hands-off in the future. I want to be able to go back on even bigger time frame because I prefer it that way. To me, it's more worth it to have time to do other stuff in the daytime than to just be stuck at the chart, placing 5-10 trades a day. That stuff doesn't really make me happy or even interest me at all. Now, if you were to look back at my trading career over the years, I kind of went from trading a 30-minute chart, even I've done some 15-minute before, to then the 1-hour chart, then mostly on the 4-hour chart. Then I'm kind of at this point where I want to go even higher time frame. And the reason why I've not gone to higher time frames yet is I couldn't make my strategy work yet on bigger time frames. Gonna figure out how to trade a daily chart or bigger time frame without looking at these lower time frames. And that's something I'm still trying to work on. I've not found the right way to do it yet. I've not found the right process behind it yet. You might think moving a strategy from one time frame to the next is easy. It's just like, oh, you just bump it up and that's it. But there's a lot more differences. Because for me to catch a move on the 1-hour chart is much easier than catching a move on the daily chart. 1 hour is simple. 1-to-1 break even, boom, that's it. Daily chart is a little bit more tricky because you gotta look for bigger targets, and sometimes in Forex, especially these days, the bigger targets don't happen much. Price moves a little bit, comes back to step you out, and the moves that you see on the lower time frame don't appear much in the daily chart. So I gotta find how to make it work for myself, but I would love to just go on higher time frame, only trade daily charts, and just place trades once a day and be done with it for the whole day after. Now, before we finish off this video, I did want to show some examples of trades in the chart, things I think could be good for a one trade a day kind of setup for a trader. So we'll go on the chart and I'll show you how that works out in practice. So here we are on the daily chart. On the random pair we have over here, ADGPY. Now, I have a setup that I love a lot, which is the long-term reversal setup, a strategy I've been trading for multiple years. If you want to see how this works out, check out the link over here in the corner so you can learn the strategy step by step. I have a whole video about it, so you can just check it out directly. But the key point is looking for these reversal trades in the market. Now, we've had a few of them over here on the chart. You see I highlight them with this little triangle at the top, which are automatically based on the script I have coded on TradingView. And the way this works out is simple. You just go and you enter below the low of the engulfing candle that forms at the break of the Bollinger Band. Then you can target a bigger move on this. Now, these trades, when I've tested this in the past, doesn't work quite well. I've been going more and more about testing this recently because I want to be able to make a move on the daily chart only. Because see how these are very hands off. And at the end of the day, let it run till, let's say, 2-to-1, boom, and then you're good to go. That's about it. That's very simple. Now we have some instances. This is a trade I wouldn't take over here because we have a engulfing candle, but we don't follow through on the next candlestick. I would avoid this trade over here. We had a good one over here. We had this one that would probably be we wouldn't enter either because we need price to actually go below the engulfing candle, which it didn't go in the next candlestick. And then we have, you can see how that's a setup that doesn't appear too often in the chart. So I gotta be more open about picking trades. Here's a good one though. Perfect example over here. Breakout Bollinger Band, engulfing coming back within the bands. We would enter below the low, stop loss above the high, and target a 2-to-1 on this trade, which could work out quite well. See how this works out. So that's an idea I have, but I gotta be able to make this work on the daily chart. This works really well on lower time frames because first of all, we've got a lot of trades on the 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart. If you go down and see this, see how many trades we got here. We got one over here, one over here. You've got 2 here in the recent market. You've got a lot of trades on the 1 hour chart. Now this pair is not too many, but still we got a lot more. So this is easy. You can go intraday, enter multiple times, go in and out. But on the daily chart, that's a bit tougher to do. So I gotta be a lot less strict on the daily chart to trade this well. But check this out, this is another way I had to look at this, and I'm kind of testing it out more and more over time, and it works quite well. And I think this has a good potential for a kind of 1 trade a day kind of setup on a daily chart. So have a look. Here I'm using a whole moving average, which is a moving average that's really close to the price, based more onto recent data. And there's a lot of videos about this on YouTube for sure. I've done a video recently about this whole moving average, how to spot the trend with it and the market context. So check this out here, linked at the corner, where we'll talk about the market context and how to read this indicator and how to use it. But basically here in a very short, very quick format, how we look at this is simple. When price is above the whole moving average and it's trending, so being green, trending to the upside, then we want to look for bullish trades, but not when it's above. We want to have price pull back like it did right over here. And this would be a good place to enter. See how we have all these engulfing candle here marked on the chart. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here we turn red. So we wouldn't look for bullish trades, we'll look for bearish trades. But that's kind of the principle here. So we have this indicator as a tool for whether price is trending or not, and how extended price is compared to the price. If price is trending up, meaning we have a bullish, so green whole moving average, and we have price being above, we don't want to enter because we already overextended. We gotta wait for that pullback that we have over here. Okay, this is our pullback here. This is much better. Now see how we have a lot of ways to enter this on the daily chart. We have a lot of setups here. We have another one happening over here. You've got another one here, which might be a bit too extended. We want to not maybe take this one. Then we go back from once again being red here, downtrend to uptrend again. One nice over here, one nice over here. These could be a lot of places for bullish trades. See how this works out? Then check this out. We switch from bullish to then bearish here with the whole moving average. And then we want to look for bearish trades. So we could look at the sell setup over here. Now maybe not a good one, this one, but we have price bouncing over here. I see no trade set up, but we could have something interesting. And we continue that way. This is one where we have a bullish engulfing candle with the whole moving average going up, and we are trending up. Okay, again, it's below the whole moving average, which is good for a bullish setup. Here's another one. Might be more of a loser, but still there on the chart. Now see how we took a lot more trades into a just short example here by looking at this on the daily chart. It's a lot more flexible, a lot more open for trades, a little bit less strict, and that gives you more ways to kind of have a 1 trade a day setup on the daily chart. I'm testing this out, not sure it works well so far, but I want to do a video here to kind of, first of all, tell you it's okay to look for less trades and still make good money in trading. You don't have to be kind of scalping or be at the chart 8 hours a day necessarily to make a good living trading. Any questions, comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Check out this video next. YouTube think you'll like it. And I will catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.